You are listening to Let's Go, the weekly anime podcast about weekly anime from No, that's the old words. They just came up. All this time I've been needing the script. Now I've changed the script and I'm saying it the old way.
It's
Maybe I
okay.
never
We're all
needed the
here for
script
each
at
other.
all.
We're growing together.
You are listening to Let's Go, the weekly anime podcast about weekly anime from Drawn or Alive and Dynamite in the Brain. So come along and hang with the Let's Go gang. It's Dwayne.
Hello.
It's Niall.
Ari.
And it's me, Brian. And on this episode, we are talking anime we watched between the February the 28th and March the 6th, 2026, or probably more accurately aired, because I suspect we may have watched many of them after March the 6th. Starting with Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider, episode 21, Becoming the Ultimate Monster, in which we open with our married couple carrying on their escape from this concert.
I still question whether they're married. They're like that ceremony. I don't know, man. That didn't seem very official to me.
They are Kamen Rider married, which is not recognized in the eyes of the law so much, but in terms of a community, yes, understood. And you can do a totally romantic. We're going Batman grapple gun out of here, and just up they go, touch together. It's so romantic. It's so lovely.
And then
I did like Batman's reaction to why is there a big fucking smoke cloud in the corner of the auditorium? Kind of like, what the fuck? That wasn't part of the plan, but the plan went excellently. So
Yes, but later on they use the grappling hook again to spy on Batman as he plots his next step, which is to hire the Tokyo Dome to put on an even bigger concert to turn even more people into Shocker.
It was funny that he shot the hook claw several stories into the air, and I was just like, okay, ridiculous Batman physics here. That's fine. I thought he was going to go up to the building and do some sneaking around, but he's just hanging outside the window, looking in the window, watching Batman discuss watch the promo that he set up. It's like, wow, that's a promo, and it's like, oh, that's a evil plan, eh?
By the editing on the production of the thing.
Yeah, he's really excited about that. Also, he's making all the women drink a swimming pool of his own blood that all of them are in, and I'm just, as your one points out, gross. This is fucking gross.
Robin's sweating and everything into that. Yeah, oh, salty, more salty than usual would be.
Yeah, we get the impression from the dialogue that Yukarisu was not transformed by Batman. It's like she.
Yeah.
I think it's either in this episode or the last episode that she'd heard about Batman and how he was grosser than whoever turned her, presumably Spider-Man. But
yeah,
the only other monster we know.
Yeah, there's a few more later on in the comic, but we'll see whether we get a second season to meet them. But then the bulk of the episode is training with Thunder Raiko and also getting Thunder Raiko's background as a professional wrestler who got in a fight with a MMA fighter for disrespecting professional wrestling.
We do have to resolve the fight at the end of the last episode, which is he's got a bullet loaded into this fist, and he's got one shot, so he's got one punch. Is all he's got, and it's a good punch, knocks her out, and so he kind of rushes into the guys. I caught a Shocker combatant, and they're like, "Whoa, cool!"
I'm also her biggest.
What
fan.
do we do? Yeah.
Yes.
She just wakes up while they're having breakfast the next day, and so they're all ready to fight. I like him half gotten the mask on. He's like, "Okay, we're ready to go." It's like, no, no need for that. We're gonna figure this out.
We're going to chill and we're going to train, and it's just over the course of this.
You can join in if you want. If
you're not ready to kill us right now. They're all bonding, and it's just like it's just like I feel drawn to her as a fan, but also maybe more than that. This thing. I gotta confess to her. I gotta face her shocker to shocker, even as to say that one saying, Thunder Raiko, I'm in love with you. And if we can figure this out, but I hope we can, but we gotta have it out here right now. Not realizing that she's been training with us for all the same time, so she's actually just as strong as we are right now as well. I'm not going to overcome her in this instance, despite my cool, the 44 Magnum punch. She's got a move and a name now, so
Also, it's
he's
a
well in there.
combination of, it's like, oh, she's a shocker combatant like me. I was a big fan of her as a wrestler, which is skewing your thing. And also, you've seen her sweaty chest through her shirt kind of thing because she's sweating that much. And like, it's just like you're all filled with 44-year-old hormones, and you just need to let that out. And
Yes,
in a safe way. This isn't comfortable.
Yes. I think at one point she just asked, "What is wrong with you, deluded middle-aged men?"
It's not going to happen. Not ever. No.
I like the fact she de-transforms after one of his extensive proposals, where she de-transforms like, all right, I'll answer you seriously. You're too fucking old. It's not going to happen. Sorry. I just had to say it. And she's doing it sincerely, like not like sarcastically or anything. It's just like, I do need to put you down, like not murder. I'll murder you later, but right now I just need to let you know this relationship isn't going to work out the way you think.
Yeah, like would this enough of like an emotional shock be enough to shake her of the brainwashing? Then does it need to be like kind of love, or does it need to be like some kind of very upswell of emotion that shakes you out of it?
Or would like anti as well? It's like, I know for a fact that I don't love you. Oh, I'm aware what love is. It's like that. Does that count as just being aware of love in the positive or negative? Is that enough to knock out the brain?
She loves wrestling, man. That's what she needs to get back to. She lost her true love. Like, she knows all the names of all the classic heroes. She's done all the moves. She did it in front of like a sellout crowd, busting up this MMA lady with all the classic moves, all the big holes. Let's get back to that, man. Where she started, what drove her into this business.
Yeah, it was very funny to me. Just it's like getting in a brawl with an MMA fighter in the street and then having an official fight, and then it's like, but she's not doing MMA moves, she's doing wrestling moves, and it's just like, yes. And as she's pointing out, she's playing to the crowd and stuff, and she's like, the referee's like, no, you can't do that. And she's like, get out of here, ref, because she's playing like the tough wrestler. And I was just like, yeah, she's perfectly in her element here. And I did like even the combination of, it's like, what was the line she had? Is like, this other wrestler said, MMA fighters have it easy because they try to finish the fight as quickly as possible. With wrestling, you got to do it for the whole show. Like there's a set period of time that you got to wrestle within. You cannot knock
5 nights a week. What are you doing? Like every other weekend on UFC 200 or whatever? Yeah, fucking baby shit. We're out there every night.
Yeah, it was a fun comparison, and still acted like the wrestling thing is real, but for her it's real, and that's enough. So yeah.
Yeah, I do wonder if they've broken her programming here, because I was like, did she remember that she was that pro wrestler till he started?
Yeah,
I think she's bringing they are bringing the wrestling out of her, because we get that kind of depiction of Batman like going like, hey, you're really strong, you'd make a great monster. I'm going to start you as a combatant and I'm going to build you up to monster. I could start you out as monster right now because you're crazy powerful. But he converts her, and there's like this thing of her like sinking down in the blood, that kind of imagery. But then we get the imagery later on after the training where she's swimming up, like there's something that she's reaching for. So it's just like, that's kind of getting out of the, I think that's the metaphor, but we don't know exactly what's broken her.
Yeah, because it's like Yukarisu never brings up her past, does she?
No.
She only like remembers in bits and pieces. Like even my brainwashing has been broken. It's always coming back in fragments, just based on like, oh, I was seeing Batman's fucking harem of ladies here. It's like, oh yes, that does. Yeah, I'm getting jolts now. Something else. It wasn't him who turned me. It was some other freak.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to go with it that they've inadvertently broken her brainwashing here, even if it wasn't through romantic love. But we know it doesn't have to be romantic love.
A strong blow to the head will do that, actually. It's just completely the Flintstones rules. Just bonk him on the head and I can change her personality.
Yeah, but like you said, Brian, the love between a man and his adorable Pomeranian can break the thing, so that's fine. Yeah.
Yep, it's a fairly simple episode. There's some good action with Thunder Raiko, and the fan service is kept to an absolute minimum. Boy, they move that cut incredibly quickly.
Yeah. It's there, but it's there to service the comedy. It's not lingering on the horniness. It's the characters are horny. Ha ha ha! Look at them. Be stupid.
Yes.
Like that's that's the right way to do it.
Whereas in the comic,
but
it is a full page of just
okay.
boobs.
Look, we need to sometimes, man, and and never go out to us in any form, let alone this.
Yeah.
Then we got Trigon Stargaze, episode 20. Goodbye, my friend.
Oh, how ominous! How ominous indeed. Sounds like someone's for a long walk up a short pier. Looking bad, I don't know. Geez, they got Raslo, the Tri Punisher of Death. That's a name of somebody you don't want to tangle with, and they give him boots and get out of there, out of the hangar. They blow the hangar door open, and there's a land via motorcycle from thousands of feet in the air. It's like,
opening the hangar door, they kind of get sucked out of the ship, and it's just like, oh, I just need to reach the motorbike, and now I need to reach Vash, and we'll just drive their motorbike down this dune quickly enough that we don't like splatter like a pancake, which is really funny in comparison because Raizo just pancakes straight into the desert below.
But he's like inbuilt with the regenerative medicine. It's in his bloodstream, so he just like he just like cracks back into place.
Back into place.
Like it's nothing. Like at the Great Fall, there was like air swimming to get onto the bike, and I always appreciate that. I think
one of the flaws people are probably finding with this Trigon is like a lot of the stuff with Vash and, like you said, the air swimming stuff. It has less of the goofy stuff from the older adaptation and that kind of thing. Like Vash is a much more serious character.
Even the comic, even
yeah. But I mean, like, still, it does get those little bits in. So yeah, you're not wanting from too much.
We didn't know it would have landed this right by the same town where Hopetown Orphanage, where like Wolfwood and Livio, now Raslo, once out where they're from, and they're trying to evacuate out, but everyone is hauling out of town without them, and it's set now. She like runs into them and said, "Hey, I'm just like here's like $5. Can you hold on to this onto like this dude for me? Like I deal with this fellow's after us right here, right now." And Raslo was on the scene, and it's essentially just like a fucking really fucking cool fight, which is there's like most of a volume. It does
a lot of nice combinations, yeah.
There's most of the volume like of the manga I taken up with this kind of this whole series of events right here. So it's like you can like trying to shove a whole volume of chapters like into this whole like thing right here. It's hitting most of the points because it's trying to like also build up the emotion that it's just like this kind of came about of with both Wolfwood and Livio was just like taken in by the I Am Michael, like the school of assassins, and Wolfwood had the aptitude for it, but Livio was like he was just like a kind of a shy, like quieter lad. Basically, he was always following around Wolfwood when they were kids, and he was always trying to tag along with them.
They go with that comparison again, where they're not smoking a cigarette; they're smoking like an insect leg or something like that.
Yeah.
Some weird shit. But like he's just taking drags from it. He's grand, whereas the other kid is taking drags from it and starts coughing and stuff. It's just like because he's the tough kid and he's the weedy kid. So it's just like he's not going to take to being turned into an assassin prematurely like that kind of very well. And even you get the bits with the doctor going, it's like, see, these things, they're great. They regenerate you. They will prematurely age you. And here's a bunch of cans of guys who priorly have used this stuff, and they have aged very badly. They're all like decaying corpses in a tube.
In a dust in the thing there, yeah. So Livio supplemented all that emotion, a separate personality called Raslo, who is just a psycho, and so it's like, I can take anything you can throw at me. Fucking like, just put me at, I'll kill him, boss, no problem.
It made an alternate personality that would be able to take the torture for him. This guy who just who's like, I'm into this. Like at several times there, he's like, wow, you're so dangerous. That gives me a hard on. Like it's like he's a weirdo. He's a weird character that he's made as a self-defense mechanism. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a really fun, really kind of sweet ass fight with like you have one cross-shaped gun versus three. How's he going to take this on? And it's down to kind of experience with it, because while he has three, these are three kind of fancy ass ones, whereas Wolfwood has
Yeah,
the
they're
base.
actually they're the same version that that Wolfwood's running. Like, so it's the big one rather than the small ones he was running before. So he's swinging around 3 of these giant crucifix-sized things, and they all have like the lasers and the rocket launchers and all the fancy McGubbins, and he can switch between them. But Wolfwood is knowing what he does and what he does well, and using the environment really well. Like the fighting amongst those pillars, your man fills it up with flames, so gets up the pillars, jumps down on them. It was just...
attachment was a surprise, actually. I like that.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. I only noticed too, actually, on Wolfwood's one, he has like little extra plane the car kind of expand out and turns it into more of a shield when he's like often running away under a hail of gunfire. But he's like over the course of this fight, he's getting fun wallopes for it, but we keeps getting back up, and you see, like, you know, they guys trying to appeal to him fun. This kind of that's like when we're kids, you know, you've had to do awful to try and catch up to me, but you didn't have to. Like, you know, I was there for you, you know, and maybe because I left you behind, you turned out that this happened to you, and I'm sorry about that, but I gotta take you down. So he's got his last vial of the serum, and this was like, again, like a bit of the comic. I was kind of wondering how they're going to kind of render it. Like, it's been a common mistake kind of reading it. I get used to it, but like the action scenes in the comic get kind of chaotic, and you kind of, well, what's happening, right? What's going on in here? So I was kind of curious of what way they'd approach it with this base here, where they're both now juiced up and they're kind of going at it now. It's kind of close combat with these giant cross-shaped guns, but they're kind of almost like fencing with them. What they've done with this,
they're using the full laser, but like the sheer force of the laser coming out of it, like when they clash lasers, both of them like bounce back from it. They're not using it like a lightsaber. It's more so, the force coming out of the gun is causing the two streams to like bounce off each other as if they were blades, and they're giant, heavy things. And you get a real good weight for it.
It looks pretty fucking cool, and like, I was curious about. And then the section they had to kind of do is like Wolfwood breaks open one of the like magazines of his cross and wraps the bandolier of bullets all around Razlo, and it's just like,
that's right.
This is it, man. It's like one bullet at the end, and it's that they all go off and they all drive into him and blow his skin off, blow half his head off. And then he just gets down, and then it's just like, okay, I'm out of bullets, but I still got these. So he just starts going to town on him.
Before he can regenerate properly,
I think it is at this stage as well where he was already down and he had taken his last serum, and Vash has intervened, like, you know, trying to, like, you know, to stop him from killing him off. But gives Wolfwood the opportunity to bite into Razlo's leg and actually just start sucking the blood out of it, because his blood inherently has regenerating serum in it.
It's really nice because, like, he's trying to finish off Wolfwood, but he's like got him completely winded, and Vash shoots the guns out of his hand because, you know, shoots the giant gun and just knocks it out of his hand. But it's just like, oh, you're gonna bite me? Come on, that's not gonna. Oh fuck, he's eating my blood. That's bad. So he's regenerating from his blood now, and and he's right on top of you, so that's not good for him.
Yeah, and they got like the anti-runs orphanage on the side there. He's like, you know, looking at all this and seeing, like, you know, these are my fucking 2 kids. Fucking they've like grown up massively in like the short number of years they've been dosing on regenerating serum, and they're just as the kind of thing to keep in mind is that when these are 2 like 12-year-old boys in adult bodies essentially, and gonna act like this. But sanity prevails, you know. Livio, the personality, he tries to go for the kill blow on Wolfwood, but he's like, no, fun saying, no, we're not doing this. Like, I don't need you anymore, man. The fun, I put all that shit on you, and I'm sorry, Bob. It's like, no, I want to kill people.
Livio actually apologizing to Razlo, and what I really liked about that is it's like that fucking bit in Lord of the Rings where Gollum and Smeagol are having a conversation, but it does it in a unique way where the camera kind of pans around and the body changes, or like Livio seems like he has Razlo in like an arm lock with some combination of the 3 arms, and I was just like, it does it nicely, like where he's just restraining him just so he go like, sorry dude, I made you to protect me, and that was a fucked up thing to do.
And he's like giving a very calm little phone saying, "I'm sorry about that, no phone, but it can be free now." He's going, it's a bit Sam Raimi, like he's like,
Yeah.
face going like that. But then he wins over, and the third arm just pops up. I guess it was all like kept in the arm, like it was Liquid Snake. That's all it was.
Mm-mm.
And it's like shit. Fun Wolfwood, he's fucking dying, man. He overdosed on like regenerating serum. His hair was turning white. He's dying old, and
all the kids of the orphanage are
transfusing blood
around.
into him. It's like, oh shit! It's just
I liked it, like his last words and everything. Like one of the kids, the orphanage, is like, "Hey, like little girl in the orphanage, he knows my name, obviously." It's just like, do you still like? Can you go to bed? Can you get up to the bathroom at night on your own now? It's like, yeah, I can, Nicholas. And it's just like, that's good. You guys have grown up without me. You're all going to be okay. And I guess I had friends, and everything turned out okay. And they all start crying and wailing and thing.
Yep.
And it's all very sad and very dramatic and shit. And then the camera panning out as this happens, and the camera pans right back in. He's like, "I am trying to fucking sleep.
Here.
Shut the fuck up, all of you. Shut up."
Yeah. I kind of wonder, like, what kind of fun prompted that now, because that is a joke that they do earlier on, after the initial escape, and there's a bit of time in between before we have the showdown with Braslow, and like Wolford, he does die in the comic. They defeat like Livio Raslo, and like when him wounded, overdosed on the regenerating serum, and him and Vash go in and sit on the couch to have like a glass of whiskey together, and then while they're talking, he just buys it, and that's it. It's like, oh shit, and then we're set for the end game then. And then they're keeping him in, and also they're keeping Livio in, because now, that's he kind of came in to assume Wolfwood's role.
Yeah.
And he's trying to kind of carry on the wishes of him into the final battle for him. Now Wolfwood is still here, so
I assume Wolfwood's going to be too fucked up to take any more regeneration. No more fighting for you, mister. Like, I assume it'll be like sidelined a little, so like you get to retire now as an old man of 12. Because the hair's gone all grey on him as well now, yeah.
Yeah, or it's just like, when next time you get a mortal wound is for keeps, so you can go into the final fight with those days, and it's like, there's this, I guess they kind of too bummed out for saying, "What, Wolford died?" For saying, "Yeah, but it's meant to be that way because he's been this dude who's like always been Vash's side, and like." He's always like lived by his credo, live by the gun, die by the gun. It kind of happened to him, even though he was starting to believe in Vash's ideal. But and let's see what they kind of do with it now.
Yeah.
And it's like it was an interesting kind of way to do it. It's like, they're as a really kind of big dramatic moment, and you're going new way with it. I suppose it's a new adaptation. They've done probably or changed through it to begin with. So we'll see what kind of was. Now I kind of wonder how it will end ultimately. Yeah, but that's what makes we're sticking around for. You're going to see the same old thing reheated over and over again. So, anyways,
that's the thing. Yeah.
Again, awesome fight. All the same, awesome fight.
I could understand people because they haven't. You say the same old thing reheated again and again, but in terms of anime, they haven't actually had the original thing in an anime yet. They've had
but I mean that's the thing with adaptations. You're either trying to do something different. You're either trying to do like the purest version of the original source text, or you're doing another remix, which is what more often happens. Like, because you do have to change a lot of things for adaptations.
Or it happens like rather than like we have like we have the manga, and then there's the first anime version, and then we have a second anime version, but like it may not be a second anime version is reheating the manga, it's reheating the first anime version, so you're getting a further photocopy of a photocopy sometimes.
That's again one of the problems with remixing it each time. Like you're taking elements from something else, or I
mean, obviously we're recording this on the 10th of March, and there's a very prominent adaptation. Kate has come back today. The live action One Piece, and that first episode.
That's quite the remix.
It does a really good job at remixing stuff, because it's doing the thing where it's saying there's a lot of comic to adapt, so we're going to but we know where the comic's going for the most part, so we can
Yeah.
yank stuff from much further on in the comic and lay it out here, and it will save us time down the line. But it still feels like One Piece is the that first episode does that in some absolutely wonderful ways, and actually made me realize things about One Piece that I hadn't pieced together at the time because perhaps it wasn't there in the text at the time. But the text is
But
now.
you can still surprise you after all these years.
Yes, it certainly can. Then we got Digimon Beat Break, episode 21, The One Beside You, in which we get Granite trying to sacrifice himself for the terrible people who have taken him under their wing.
The first time we see him, like he's standing on the edge of a cliff, like tempted to step over. His Digimon's like, and he's like, yeah, you're right. I'm not gonna do that yet. And until he gets the order later in this episode to sacrifice yourself for me, and he's like, yes, finally, I get to die. I think is the thing he says.
Yes,
basically.
Hooray!
Fuck, man. Also, I knew that guy was going to get his ass kicked because he's like a sand-based Digimon that can regenerate its sand limbs that constantly get chopped off, and he lost on a beach. That fucking idiot! Like, how the hell? You're definitely going to lose here.
But it turns out the kidnapping is part of a plot by your lads to bring down Clay. So the Tomoro and Gekomon being brought to the arena was to expose the arena so that he could convince by the end of the episode the head of the global union to put Clay on the bounty list and kick him out the 5 stars.
That's the overarching stuff. Yeah.
Yes, because he's there throughout the entire episode, just sitting in the stands.
I did like what we actually see the stands in this one. They're just like little pixely people, like just cheering, like NPC kind of looking things. I guess that's your avatar because you're not actually there watching it. You're watching it live streamed.
Except
he's literally there. Like so, yeah.
But everybody's too busy kicking each other's ass to notice that he's there until right at the end when Tomoro thinks he spots him, but they're running away. So have to fight that fight another day. So the various things is Raito is going to get iced, and they were going to ice him regardless of whether he won or lost.
The plan was to take him out of the picture anyway. Like so, that's fine. So we got our main guy trying to save him and his Digimon, and Gekomon trying to save him and his Digimon. But like he's in one place and the Digimon is like taken away elsewhere, so they're trying to hunt him down. We also have to fight off what's the dude with the sand Digimon? I can't think of his name.
He's Naito.
Naito.
Yes.
Naito. Obviously the rest of our crew has shown up to save the day, so he's going to be paired off with the one guy. He's like, ooh, my boss keeps calling him perfect, but I want him to call me perfect, so I'm going to kick his ass, proving that I'm perfect.
Of course.
And they both have the ultimate level Digimon, so I guess they're good for scrapping.
Hotaruko is sent to kill Raito, but instead she lets him know what they were planning and frees him. And the bulk of the episode is Reina and Wolvermon trying to get through to Ludamon and Granite to not throw their lives away for scumbags. And they get through to Ludamon, and this is where we learn that Ludamon is wearing clothes, as those shields and his helmet are not part of him. They're clothes he's wearing as they get destroyed and his clothes get torn apart.
I like the little soldier motif that he has going on with like the helmet and the shields. It's like a World War I helmet, one of those kind of things.
Very much.
But he can become a shield on the armor, the bigger guy, that kind of thing. And but they're pointing out is like, hey, your Digimon's power is to protect. He's trying to protect you. He's trying to save. Like stop dying for him. He like that's the last thing he wants for you. And he's like, oh yeah, I guess so. But that all gets smashed up, and he has like I want to say like a stitched together weird teddy bear form, which is I like the other one better though. The weird robot. Like,
I think this is balaclava though, because when that gets ripped as well, he's like a little like lion bear man.
A lion, sorry, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, but it's the patchwork nature of the
Yeah.
design underneath. But then obviously he's the only one who hasn't fucking digivolved at any stage, so he gets a Digimon evolution thing, which is a different guy with shields for arms. I was like, okay, that's fine as long as he gets the shield arm
Yes.
thing in some form or another.
Yeah,
He becomes Tia Ludemon, who's got like a wolf head for a body,
Not
ice
for a head,
shields.
for a body.
Yes.
it's like
Yeah.
very like Gurren Lagann style robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
And he ices that guy's arms up so he can't grab them back. At which point then Kyo's like, okay, guys, because also Clay sent in his big kaiju-sized Digimon to destroy the thing.
I don't think we get a full view of it, and he said we just get shots of its drills fucking the place up.
Yeah, to destroy evidence. So yeah, they escape with Granite and Ludemon, so they're part of the crew by the looks of things by the end of this episode. Raito has disappeared with his Digimon. I assume You're the Lass is still with Tactics, and then it ends, as I say, with Genjo. That's the guy, Genjo, convincing the head to Chairman Wong that we've got to put Clay on the bounty list. Presumably that's going to put everybody else who was working for Tactics 7 on the bounty list as well.
I also presume like it's gonna kind of make the 5 stars go like, wait, we can just become criminals overnight? Oh no. That's probably not going to be a good look for
Clay,
them.
Yeah, because Clay's bad. The big mistake, as Genjo points out, is that he was storing all the details of his crime on USB sticks.
Oh, that's right. It's like using this ancient technology to fucking write down all your booking things and your money transactions. So it's like, yeah, I mean, like, even if you had it on paper, that'd be more easily destroyable and less of a paper trail. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Genjo's only on his side, I would guess, because also the fact that his blooming ape just wanders around with I assume with the brother's egg. He's just carrying it around with him all the time.
Yeah, he's not eating it or whatever. Like he's going for that. That monkey's a weird look. That's edgy Son Goku. It's a weird fucking look.
Yeah. It's definitely on that like spiked bracelets, like denim, like really long denim shorts, like kind of fucking look at things.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we mentioned that the last episode where he splits us half into 2 and they both become guns, and I was just like, oh come on. Like,
no, we didn't. No.
Yeah,
it's great though.
It's like, what if Digimon had like a wallet chain?
Then you couldn't steal his wallet.
Yeah.
So I know this is the avatar of new metal. Is how to come across to me.
Yeah. So if Kyo knows that Digimon is Genjo's, he's not mentioning it, but they do at least don't make our heroes idiots. Tomoro's like, yes, I was kidnapped by the same ape Digimon who stole my brother's egg.
Yeah. He tells them once the battle has died down, or they've rescued as many as they can, basically. So.
Yeah, because also there's like loads of iced people that Clay's got in storage as well. Of all the people they'd been kidnapping, and writers going, yeah, I did this to all them. I'm a genius, and just generally feeling sorry for himself and realizing he's been a scumbag.
All my successes are people in ice comas in coffins in this area that I'm in. I feel I've achieved nothing. It's just like, yeah.
And they were just going to do the same to me. So what have I done? Yeah, so it looks like it's carrying straight on next episode because Naito's back in the trailer for next week's episode. So I don't know if they're going to hunt down the rest of the Tactics members now. There's bounties on them. We will see. But yeah, it's like I said, it feels very much like a Kamen Rider story, this entire Tactics arc, and specifically the same sort of period of Kamen Rider build was sort of the second core of that felt a lot like this.
It's just like it's really just going for the throat in places like, it's not sparing any, like, we're all happy friends with fun, saying no, we exist in a future dystopia. It's fucked up. We're not gonna go and like coat it in honey for you. No way.
Whereas Gavin definitely delivered on that ant detective.
Watch the episode. I've only seen the clips. It's fantastic.
The clips are enough. Maybe not enough, but they
it's not enough.
They give me hope for the future of this project, but it'll at least be insane. If nothing else.
Because the clip which is doing the rounds on Blue Sky does not include the details that the Earth they're from is a world where humans and insects live in peace, and in fact, a rhino beetle is the prime minister.
I never thought Cedar might be a prime minister in my lifetime. We fought hard and we finally made it happen.
Especially because they don't live very long, but yeah.
I mean, the logic of it is incredibly frail. But hey, it is from the writer.
Fine.
It's from the writer of Haybot. And there was even some Haybot-y scenes with the robot who looks a little bit like Haybot this week, where him and his partner were arguing over who was eating the food. Well, they're the two idiots who don't know that Gavan exists. They are the bulk and the skull of the series. Then onwards to Hell's Paradise, episode 21, Chrysanthemum and Peach.
Yeah. I was just reading about the flower language actually of Jufa and Taufa and what their meaning kind of meanings were.
I assume it was because one was like the flower is like the sex organ of the plant, but the peach is like the birth organ of a plant. You know what I mean? Like it has the seeds and that kind of shit. I thought that's what they were going for, but maybe I'm misreading it.
It's a different thing. So actually, a lot of like the tents and the immortal homunculi, just like a lot of their names are flower language for things.
Yeah.
Like according to what thing they're dedicated to, and also like after I think it's what's like humanity and like eternal life and that. But it is trying to make you sorry for these immortal monsters.
Yeah.
They have Jufa and Taufa, and when we know for a time it was all like sweetness and light in the immortal pavilion. It was like, we're all kids, we're all playing around, we're all learning how to about ourselves and our powers. Just like a little bit at a time.
Learning about Tau, we're all doing training as part of research to create proper immortality, and everything's cool. And then we had all the animals. All the animals died. And then all the people who worship us died. And like it getting progressively worse over hundreds of years, basically. Yeah.
Then one day things changed. Okay, everybody, children, gather up, because Rian and May were like the adults in the room, even though they were
running it from the guy who made them. Basically, they were running the experiments. Basically, yeah.
Anyway, it's like children, when gather in here. Okay. Everyone's going to have a very special job to do from here on forward. Okay, you're going to train in Tao according to martial arts. You're going to train in Tao meditation. And you two,
who we've raised together.
Hold on, we've raised together. It's just like mess around with you a bit. It's just like a fraction that's creepy. You're going to train in sex. No fun sharing a key back and forth. That's going to be your whole deal from now on. Okay. Everyone know what their job is? All right, let's keep cracking, people. We're going to get centuries of work on this. And they too already felt, well, we don't have, one of us doesn't kind of like, how we kind of treating other sentient beings like livestock, as they put it. But it's to see them getting slowly kind of worn down by the system that they're locked into, like eternally.
Your man basically saying, and a lot of it's like his flashback where he's saying to the other guys at one point, is like, this is bullshit, right? We're not going to fucking find the elixir of immortality. And they're all like, yeah, we don't fucking care. We're all long fucking broken by this. But the thing that's keeping him sane, or as he points out, is like maybe me and Taufar are the insane ones because we still have hope and shit. But he's kind of like, the only thing that's keeping me sane is I have her. And they, despite the fact they're basically forced to have sex with each other, they do like each other, and they do like have this kind of bond that means that it's not as uncomfortable for them and that kind of stuff. But then seeing her kind of like, is like, hey, we're putting chum in the water, we're putting out corpses in flowers, and we're going to float the boats out of this slice gate, which the monsters won't attack, and they'll hit the mainland, and people will be like, what's the deal with that weird corpse in a boat full of flowers? And they'll send humans here, and we can extract the fucking elixir out of those guys to keep ourselves alive. And he's like, is this what you really want? He's like, dead fucking smile on her face. He's like, yeah, sure, fuck it. I don't care. It's fine. Whatever. And he's like, okay, if that's what makes you happy. So, and basically, it just worn the fuck down by having to do fucked up things for centuries, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. It was them getting like kind of taken out on both sides. Was okay. We know what usually happens here is that they'll like go to their phase 2 into like super monster form. But they're one special because they get tied, they combine because they're so close together, and now they are a double size like monster, a super monster, and they start fun recognition.
The black and white yin yang thing is interesting because they kind of go like half the face, but like by 4 in a line. It's really nice. Yeah,
it's not like it kind of opens up and there's like one face inside. It is, I suppose, like there's like one face and it's in sections that overlaps. Then the other bits. It's a cool design, even kind of commenting upon. Well, it's got wings, so it probably can't fly indoors. Oh, it's like blowing the roof off and it's flying around right now. Oh, I see. So both parties now are meeting together, and we got to like figure out how we're going to approach this. We got like
first you have to convince the 2 big, strong idiot lads to not murder each. No, the two most violent men there to not kill each other in the moment. It's like, lads, stop fighting. We'll kill each other after we get this fucking big flying guy. That's the important thing.
You get a bit of again to decide backstory as well about like I just want to be strong and be the best, But there's always this old man on the beach where I train. He'd be kind of wise me up and saying, "Nah, dog, you gotta fucking let go of your vanity, man. You gotta let go of your vanity. It's obscuring your greatness, dog." And you always
cast off everything unnecessary, and it's like, how are you beating me, old man? You're slower, you're older, you're fucking like, you're not as strong as me. And it's just like, because I cast off everything that was unnecessary. And he's like,
I thought, I'll show him. So he goes around, beats every dojo, but all the accolades he earned was obscuring what he set out, to gain the strength for to begin with. And let's remember that. And now he thinks, if I close my other eye after gouging out my other one, now I can sense the key more clearly. I can cut through better. And Fuchi is depending upon saying, I'll hold her back. Like, I can still restrict her with my opposite element. So let's if you can just kind of cut all the way through, but without cutting through me, that'd be great. I know you can't see,
and do it with your eyes closed, obviously. And he's like, yeah, fuck it. Okay, why not?
Remember the old man saying, "No, dog, you gotta get rid of your vanity, man." He's able to flip back, and it's like just made a perfect cut, and but then they got tied into giant monster and the fly out to the roof, and they've got to come up with a plan now, and
and it's the extra plan of it's 4 on 2, but the 2 are combined into one super flying monster that's putting down spores that make you go into hysterical laughter. Which is like, that's a bit of a problem. And also now it has 2 elemental types, like it's a double elemental Pokemon. So it's like, okay, so we have to attack it with like 2 different opposing types at the same time. Yeah, they haven't figured out that part of the plan yet, but
yeah, it's great at this like rolling this fucking this rolling kind of catastrophe. It's just like we've only just gotten out from under the thumb and figured out how to overcome some possible situation, and then they presented with this again, and it's like, we gotta scramble again to put it. It's really good that it's like for the desperate edge of your fingers, fucking just about getting out of the situation.
Every fight is like frying pan fire, and there's always another fucking fire to jump into. It seems,
and. It's even like the dudes who can't regenerate themselves are just putting their bodies in the line, even when they don't need to. Again, you could just close your eyes. You didn't need to go through all that. But
in the heat of the moment, I have a hook for a hand now. It was just going that way.
It's still very just violently entertaining, satisfying stuff. It's is. I like it took a bit of time as well to just fill in more of that backstory of the tense and and saying, you're gonna feel some kind of more of sympathy for them. Doesn't excuse what they've done or that, but you can kind of see what may have drove them to be of this mentality, of this morality as well.
They're not inherently evil. They've been they've been made to be evil, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, they have a choice in it too, because you have May, who rejected that, and she was cast out for it. So it's also like you confuse five of them, but it's also they kind of bought into it to a different extent as well. Yeah. But yeah, more of that to come. More sad backstories of these monsters to happen.
Then we got You and I Are Polar Opposites, episode 8, This Autumn, ellipses. As we get our 3 stories this week. The first part is Tani and Suzuki are on a quote-unquote uniform date. And they get a little bit of teasing from Azuma when she spots them.
To be young again.
And then they just go around and do cute things at the mall, taking photos.
I did like the explanation of like, because what he's been told priorly about like having a photo together kind of thing. The first photo they took together, and because she's like, hey, we should take photos of each other, and he's like, he takes a candid picture of her like about to stuff some. What was the fucking dessert she was getting? Some of the dessert into her gob. And she's like, don't fucking take a picture of me eating. Like, come on, that's not cool. And he's like, I'm fucking keeping this. I'm not deleting that. So
he's more aware of the fact that, I see now from enough of it you take really bad photos. So
yeah. So if I catch you like this, it's just going to look like you're enjoying a delicious parfait, and that's not a fucking problem. But
here's one just for me that I can use myself.
Yeah,
it's like, it's nice he's got that side to him as well. He's not just this inert this competent nerd guy.
It's a little bit cheeky. It's a little bit having fun, teasing, like in a nice way, and that's grand. But then she wants to do the photo booth thing so she can put the filters on to make her face not look horrible. That's a good bit, yeah.
And then the payoff to that bit is that the filters have had no effect on Tani's face whatsoever.
He wasn't good at the posing. He wasn't good at the faces, or didn't get detected as the faces for. I guess because of the glasses. I think that is a thing that has happened to me with filters. But yeah.
Yeah. Hey, everyone, let's go bowling. Yeah. Bowling. So the whole class goes bowling, or anyone or their friends at the class go bowling.
Yeah.
It's a good opportunity to kind of just like bounce some things and learn to about his past. Because one, in this lane over is all or most of the kids from Azuma's old school. I forget who was
I think it's their old neighborhood or something like that. Like the old crowd that they used to hang with. Yeah.
Yeah. And isn't that like very awkward to be around? You got a lot of past with them, and to kind of if you're going to like run into them in the toilet or something and have like a awkward like run in. How do you deal with that?
And obviously his friend is there who is from the same old friend group, and she's like, don't worry about it, man. Like and she says later, I did actually run into your one at the bathroom. She's like, oh hi, I didn't know you were here. Oh my god, let's catch up. And it's just like, yeah, you're just gonna pretend to ghost me throughout my life and literally there, but when we're confronted face to face, you're just like, wow, what a coincidence. And it's just like, just people are like that. And is that the point where she mentions that her old ex, one of her many exes, and she goes through the friend group of these two are my exes. That guy, I don't know what his fucking deal is, but he was part of the group. But now they're dating like these other two girls from the same friend group, and he's like, that is so fucking awkward. And she's like, it's grand. He was texting me the other day trying to get back with her, but like trying to like ease it so that the potential is there. Basically, he's been weird, and she's like, it's just a thing that fucking happens. And Tani's kind of like, don't you want to get fucking pissed off about
Tyra. Tani would never say that. No,
Tani wouldn't say that. He wouldn't get angry. He's a nice boy.
Tani's busy being fun a dark horse and bowling fun. Picking up that split is just, he's got some fucking reflexes. Good fair play, yeah.
Yeah, this again, remember, Azuma and Tyra were at the same middle school, so that's why.
Yeah, they actually have history, so they're
the one person he's more. And then, of course, the very next day he apologizes.
Even though she's literally about to walk up to him and was like, hey, thanks for giving me a bollock in the last day. You were right. I should be pissed out about these things. And he's just like, sorry, that was presumptuous of me. I can't be telling you to get pissed off about things. That was a fucked up thing to say. It's clearly like those two are right for each other, but they're too stupid to realize.
It's just like Tyra is already like hard bitten by romance or ever like going out with anybody. Well, Azuma is just like, she's just this like string of unlucky romances, like end to end. And she actually is hard bitten and So these two cynics are we can empathize with their cynicism with each other about love.
It's the cynicism, it's the shared background, and it's the fact that they're both as comfortable with each other than they are with anyone else. That kind of thing. There's that kind of familiarity that they have. I'm not just saying it's like, oh, they'd be cute together. I'm like, no, that makes sense. They're just too stupid to figure it out.
Yeah, it's whatever that, I don't know what the quote is, but it's the thing about a cynic being a disillusioned romantic or a disappointed.
Yeah.
Which is definitely what Tyra is. That's the type of person he is. He's got this ideal version of romance in his head, and then the world never lives up to how he's imagined it should be. We also get Suzuki has already concatenated the pair of them's names together, and so in her head they're already a couple.
Pyrazima.
Yeah.
Right, Tanny, is your turn to meet my family now? You've met my granny, you met my parents, but it's like this is like the mom sitting up before and saying, "Hey,
the mom.
Your brother's away this weekend. Your dad's gone golfing. What's it bring him around? Fun. Oh, I ordered all this food in the middle of the day. What have I do? I like how her mom was all for trying to get the boyfriend over. Yes. Let's talk to him and see how he's getting on. How are you doing there?
Her slightly subdued giddiness is exactly like her daughter's young giddiness, kind of thing. And I'm like, yeah, I can see the way that she's been raised, kind of thing, the relation there.
When Dad comes home later and see like the point said, oh, they both had the cat eyes. And they had to describe that's where she gets like the look from.
I like it when they do. I do like it when they do that with the parents, where you can see like I see what aspects like physically and socially you kind of got off the parents, but you're not an exact copy. You're like aspects of these in a different mix. And I was like, it's a nice job with the parents, and also the dad's reactions are very over the top, like the daughters.
I like also that he's not like a Saturday man who goes golfing and say no, he's kind of like a schlubby dude who likes putting on the Hawaiian shirt and having a couple of beers. He's kind of fun. It's just like
he put on the Hawaiian shirt because he'd come back from golf. Golf got cancelled because it was raining. So he's come home all wet and it's like, oh, this is her boyfriend. He's like, what? So he changes into like what he thinks is a cool guy's shirt, but doesn't fit him anymore.
Yeah. I don't think it's even golf. It's more blue collar than that. They're having a game of baseball on.
Was it baseball?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
See, I've got golf in my head.
He was golfing before, yeah.
On some abandoned bit of ground.
Tanny's dad was
golfing. Tanny's dad was a golfer, and Granny is also a golfer. That's what I was thinking.
That's right. Yeah, that's why I had it in my head. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the really nice bit, and the bit where they realize, oh my god, there's a boy in my room. And she's like, I don't know what conversation to have, and it's that slight awkwardness that's it's just very cute. It's nice.
Yes. And I do like the bit as she's walking Tanny back home, and then Tanny's like remapping what he thought her family was like in his head to what it really is like, and obviously drawing the conclusion, yes, those are definitely her parents. It's everybody is cute. It is. They are all lovely people. There are no villains here.
You cannot hate them. No.
The closest thing to like hanky-panky teenage horniness is kind of like them barely holding hands and her kind of going to him, sitting over beside him is like, I would like a hug, please. And he was like, I would also like a hug.
I would find that agreeable. Would you not say?
It's nice. Yeah. Very sweet.
And then her immediately joking about the rate his heart was beating. It's like, are you dying? Then we got My Hero Academia Vigilantes Season 2, Episode 9, Farewell Party, in which we can finally get back to the main plot and not setting up plots for the main story.
Like, it'd be nice that it's like, hey, it's Christmas. Hey, we got Captain Celebrity, which again, like, I remember that going back and reading the comic again. Like, it was just like, I remember him being in it way more, but I guess he is just one of the many characters in the cast is the thing.
Yes, there's a lot of him in this episode.
Redemption arc.
Yeah,
it does open with the definition of calamity or something like that, and I was just like, oh yeah, okay, fair enough.
Coming up soon.
Yeah. Just so you know the definition when it happens.
There's a lot of him. There's a lot of the girls who seem to have come straight out of Madeline, the three little sisters,
the triplets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's all the It's the shopping center entertainers, which I can't remember their formal name. Basically, yeah.
The Maracani performing
entertainment troupe. Yeah, that's probably the right way. But so it's basically like their end of year meeting, and also it's like and she's and now that we've gotten all that business out of the way, she pulls out a little party out, Christmas party. It's the Christmas party. Yeah.
Captain Celebrity, I hear that like all those like allegations against you, like most of them are actually just like tabloids and PIs and people trying to like extort money out of you.
And honey traps that have been set up for you. And he's like, what? And it's like, yeah, most of them have been thrown out thanks to
also your wife is having a baby. It's like, oh my god, I gotta get out of here.
There's also
my time here in Japan is done.
I think also before that reveal that they're talking about how his quirk works, and she warns them like, don't give away too much of how your quirk works. Because
it opens with them going on the way to the party, the main two, and then they get she drops down with Captain Celebrity, like holding her, princess carrying her, and like, do you want a lift on Captain Celebrity is the thing. And he flies them there, but he doesn't extend his barrier to Koichi to keep him warm, because I guess he can keep like air circulation around himself, so he keeps his own body temperature around himself, so he doesn't get cold while flying, which is why he wears shorts flying. But he didn't extend it to Koichi.
You do for women, do you? And say no, don't say that, don't say that, don't get out. No.
Listen, it'd be like you snuggle up in a blanket with me, man. That'd be weird if we did that right now. And Koichi's like, I wouldn't say fucking no. I'm fucking freezing, man.
But obviously her line about how you shouldn't let people know how your quirk works is also reflected in her, because that's obviously how she's figured out all these other sorted out his legal problems, which ones were real and which ones were frivolous, because she can just tell by listening to people. And it's like, then it goes back to how her brother talks to her, because he obviously does know how her power works, and so he's very careful with his words.
Around so many goddamn things.
Do not shake her hand, whatever you do.
Yeah,
she's got bigger fish to fry, because they have like a whole show to plan in the Tokyo like Sky Dome,
Sky Egg or something.
Sky
like that,
Egg. Yeah. And there's also like at the back of Captain Celebrity, just after the Christmas party, like a flying exploding dragon which took up the taxi at the three little girls were like open. He rescued them and shielded them from the explosion. Lands in the street in a heap, and it's just like, whoa, Captain Celebrity, you fucking put your body on the line for those kids. I've forgotten all about those, like, extramarital affair allegations already. It's like, this is great for the image.
It's a real softening of his character. It's just like, did he try and do extramarital stuff? Absolutely. Was he set up like this was like I said, it was a honey trap by paparazzi and shit like that. It's kind of like the thing of, if they what do you call that? If they facilitate you doing the crime to catch you doing the crime, that's
entrapment.
Entrapment. It's entrapment for him, which again, he's still trying to cheat on his wife, which isn't great. Obviously, she's still mad. Of course, she would be.
But you say those kids. Like, yes, that's all you need to know about him from now on. You say those kids.
And even like him going like, no, don't take pictures of me. I'm all battle damaged from being in an explosion. And one's like, you're cradling 3 children that you saved from an exploding dragon. Like, you look cool as shit, man. This is all great PR. But he's worried that his hair is all mussed up.
Yeah. The scared man on the roof of his phone saying, well, don't worry. I've got more where that came from. He's got like a whole warehouse of 2 sort of exploding dragons ready to go.
Now that he knows that, he extends a barrier to protect himself, which he extended to protect the children. So he's not invincible. Because, you look at guys like Captain Celebrity and All Might. It's like, they never take any damage. And it's like, there's reasons for that. And if you can figure out the reasons, figure out their powers, then you know how to take them down. Yeah.
Yeah, was that where it ended with him plotting to send 2 more bombers after him?
They're practicing for like move over the big towers. It's like a 50,000 seater stadium at the top of this Space Needle structure, and that's going to be we'll move from department store show we played through 100 to like 50 times that. Or more actually.
They've added like 2 digits onto the amount. I think they said the department store stuff, like 100 people come to that, and like 50 people we know. So like technically 50 people come. So add 2 digits onto that of people we don't fucking know, and that's how many people are gonna. They're panicking, and again the entire softening of Captain Celebrity, where he's kind of like, you guys just put on a show like you normally do. Your shows are great. I love them. It's just like, I like the simple down to earth things. Now that I've been forced to be in Japan due to all my bullshit. I'm actually like, This local neighborhood shit is all right.
There also Koichi and Pop, they get off all of the perceived wrongdoing about done because
that's the other
part. all the footage passed on to the police, and it's like it's all like citizens arrest easily, citizens arrest, self-defense. There's nothing that can get you on here. It's fine. Actually, you're fine, upstanding citizens who no one knows who you are because of your mass identities, and we know nobody could possibly figure out who this could be.
I love that the ideas behind it there, where they're just like they give it to midnight because it's like we're giving this as concerned citizens, this footage we have of these mysterious superheroes who we don't know and aren't us specifically, to you to go like to review. It's like, oh yeah, this is all citizens arrest. This is all like there was a thing happening and therefore you stepped in and helped out and you left it to the police after, and it's just like that's all perfectly fine. And going to a superhero, they're more sympathetic than going straight to the cops, who might be like, well, why don't I fucking arrest you as well? And even her going like, there was a few injuries in some of those early ones. Like that was a different guy, unrelated to us, not affiliated with us. We don't know who that man is either. And she's like, that's great. I'll mark that off as a different thing.
Yeah, and then Razorhead passes it to Naomasa.
Tsukachi.
Yeah, Makoto's brother.
And him, like, because we have this in the Grasshopper Brothers shop where they're watching this happen, and then Eraserhead having to go like, I have no idea who these masked vigilantes are, and they're barely fucking containing laughter.
He's called the Crawler, I believe. He's I don't endorse his activities, but he's pretty cool.
It's like the worst/funniest version of Spider-Man, like being really delighted by Spider-Man's antics, but not being able to admit that that's him. And it's like he's barely not admitting that it's him. It's like, what a cool guy that Crawler is.
And we do get All Might and Tsukachi on another date. Where
and that's in combination
All Might's branded restaurant tower.
with the sister kind of going, it's like, hey, we need some more superhero appearances, some more celebrity appearances. Could you get onto your contacts in All Might and we could fucking get him in it? And the brother's like, I'm not going to do that. Not, I don't know All Might, because she'd be able to pick up, that's a fucking lie. Yeah. I go on dates with him regularly. Also, it was him coming out of the shower, still smelling of roses. I love that they've kept that background joke whenever he at home comes away from washing himself. It's great.
Yeah, and also All Might's idea that I could help you in this investigation in disguise. And it's just him wearing the traditional burglar handkerchief over his head.
So whispering, I am here. You're a giant man. There's no subtlety about your man.
Yeah, this is more fun than Eraserhead's tragic past.
It's a pity they couldn't make that like it would have been tighter as 2 episodes and maybe more dramatic, but I understand why they lengthened it out. They want to drown it out.
It would kind of detract from this is the actual spectacle of the thing. But they gotta take a good bit out of this because it doesn't let up too much after this this cycle arc in the Tokyo Sky Dome, or like, oh, I hope no one set a bomb on that or anything that might cause it to collapse, especially with all these heroes here.
Yes. Tokyo Sky Egg, because it's named
Sky
after
Egg.
It is the Tokyo Dome on a big stick. Because
it's the Sky Tree and the Tokyo Dome put together.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's I can't put it again. It's a bad name is what I'm saying.
Yes, Tokyo Dome was nicknamed the Big Egg originally. That's why the egg is there. Which I know from a much sought after, ridiculously long wrestling event.
Trees have nests though. Wouldn't it be a nest, not an egg? But
eggs are in nests.
Yeah, and I think it's there to make you get the Tokyo Dome reference, even though it just does look like the Tokyo Dome.
But that's the thing, like it's a show that makes reference to local architecture, like we're not going to explain that this is based on this crab mascot that this department store had. We are going to have crab-based mecha in it based off of that thing. So yeah, it's a few hundred years later than these things existed, and they've morphed into weirdness.
There we got Golden Kamuy, episode 58, The Starting Gun of Resolve, in which sort of we move from the flashback of the previous arc onto the final arc. As still in flashback territory.
Ogata is very impressed by well, he's very impressed initially by like, oh, this is my brother who kicks in the door and starts fucking beating ass around the house. It's just like
Ogata's little weird grin as he sees Sugimoto's dick.
Is a little smirk. It's just like that. And then, told later on, oh, hold on, your brother was right here. Actually, it's like, oh.
It's like, that wasn't my brother's penis. Oh man.
And then later on, we passed him in the hallway. He doesn't say a word to him. It's just fun saying, "You're not my brother. My brother had a big dick."
We also get a great line from the maid saying, "Kaiko's sad. Please stop staring at the back of his balls and flee." Because she is also very impressed by what she sees, to the extent where she decides that she's going to marry Sugimoto.
Yeah, your man. She like while escaping, like she's like, "But your clothes." It's like, "We don't have time. Come on, we gotta go." They meet your man in the corridor. It's established that that's the guy she should be marrying. She's like, and she continues to walk away with I was going to say naked. He is wearing a hat. That is important. Naked, but for a hat on his head.
As Joe Cocker sung, you can leave your hat on.
Yeah, but she's made her choice. This one, the naked guy. That's the one I'm going with. And even your man, what?
I'm sorry. Kakuta.
Yeah, he says something shitty to your man. It's like, hey, what's going on? It's like, you're not the one or something like that. Like he says it in like such a flat tone. It's really funny. But
gosh, even it's just like it's not him.
Yeah.
But like Sugimoto's a fun thing. When that's might be the same, man. But I think I should make something of myself before I can even say something like that. I think I might join the army. And make him a real like a bit of a path for myself. It's like, but she always held on to that flame, and while she and. I just been the fun thing that she didn't like this like one thing define her, actually kind of made her see like I can just be my own woman. I'm fun, do my own shit. And she went down to become like the department store like a magnate of the whole country and contributed to the stewardship and taking care of like the war orphans and widows from the Sino-Japanese War, Russo-Japanese War even. It's like stand up lady, good on her.
It's a really nice thing because like obviously she's initially going like, I want to marry you, Sugimoto, and he's like I'm poor, I don't have any family, they're all fucking dead, so there's nothing happening there. She's like, don't worry, my family's rich. And her Roboco kind of maid is just like that thing about like if you haven't married by the end of your fucking thing, is like, that's bullshit. You're fucking cool as fuck and you can do your own thing. And as we learn, she survives and does excellent fucking things, is a real cool dude in her life. And I was just like, I do like that conceit that the show has. Don't worry, they lived and they were really cool. And I was just like, it's a really fun way to do it.
It is. And also Sugimoto and Kakuta have a conversation about on returning of the hat and his brother's death from disease in the war. He's explaining that more people died of disease than bullets in that war. And Sugimoto's like, because Sugimoto's talking about joining the army, it's like he's trying to discourage him by explaining that to him. He's like, "You don't worry, it's my choice, it's not yours. And besides, I'm immortal."
Yeah.
To which then Kiku's like, "Okay, you can keep the hat," which is fine because that's the only thing covering his privacy at this point. No, I think he just puts it on his head and walks away.
It's the thing of like a lot of the scene where they had escaped, but they were worried that she was going to be okay. Sugimoto has acquired a shirt like that's just barely above his massive penis and is covering his penis with his hat. But at that stage, he is wearing the hat again. So he's forgotten.
But like very quick, he kind of jumps through their two little things, and like so you can motor on the Battle of Hill 2 or 3, and Ogata's actual brother was getting like stretchered off with one. And these two fucking knew what was going on. It's this disconnection there you weren't privy to previously, and then Kakuta, you got new orders. You're going to like join the 7th, and you're going to keep an eye on Tsurumi. This guy over here is going to be like your second. You don't know each other. And so
just don't get in each other's way, so you're more likely to be able to do the mission that we want if you're working separately. Yeah.
Whereas when Sugimoto kind of joined to kind of make something of himself, Kakuta gets like further just like ensnared into it.
Yeah. And the combination of them like figuring out the skins kind of thing. We got Lieutenant Tsurumi kind of like, I've figured it out. And fucking shoots him, and it's just like, what's this fucking cunt? What's this fucking code? Remember that? Because I keep all evidence in this one bag of evidence. I've kept every bit of evidence I've gathered for various plots and things over the years. And it was one of the dead drops that he dropped as a cigarette, but it didn't actually get picked up by a random dude. That guy was specifically like going like, "Hey, this is information I can sell."
It was a homeless guy. I love how like the catches up on saying, "I told him it should be a cigarette. We'll get let's go pick it up as a stick. I told him his phone and didn't listen to me." Oh, he's so frustrated, and it cost Kakuna his life then.
But
it even gives him like that stuff in the flashback where it's just like he's made peace with his brothers, that he doesn't feel responsible that Sugimoto joined the army. Like it's like, yep, I'm good. I've lived my life the way I wanted, which means I can get fucking really passively shot in the fucking head and be fine with it. That was brutal,
he was putting drawing down. So
he was ready to go, but like he was bleeding out while doing it. So yeah.
Yes, and also he tells Tsurumi that Norobo is going to be the one to kill you. He doesn't, you see, because Tsurumi thinks if he doesn't make contact, central government are going to come after him. So therefore, we got to do.
If you don't check in, they're going to go, "Oh, Tsurumi's fucking gone off the reservation. We need to fucking go get him." And it's just like, I don't fucking care. This is the starting gun for like no turning back now.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Kakuna says, "Oh no, it's not going to be central government. It's going to be Norobo who kills you." Tsurumi's going, "Who's Norobo?" And he does not get an explanation because he gets shot in the head by Tsukishima.
And it's the idea that this is the name. Like Sugimoto hasn't been referred to in all this flashback by that name by him or anything. Yes. So he had no chance to learn Sugimoto's name, and that's the guy who's going to get you. He knows who Sugimoto is.
Yes.
But yeah.
It says now a lot fun of like Tsukishima. He goes in and he's just like, "No fun. Stop fucking disparaging my CEO. I'm gonna put a bullet in there." And it's just like, as far as he knows, him and Koito are back on board now. Koito is back off board.
Has figured it out. Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's this poor Tsukishima. He's no fucking idea still. But more so poor Katakura, because while they've figured out the map and they know precisely where to go, it's Hakodate Fort up there in Hokkaido. It's just like, wait, hold on, you forgot one piece, and Katakura reaches into his coat, and it's like, right there.
Fits perfectly.
Yes, we know. We already had a copy of it.
It overlays everything that they already fucking have. It is of no fucking use. Oh, he's such a good character.
Yeah. But anyways, the whole conceit is that you can lay enough of them out and you will see a continuous line that forms a certain shape of a certain star, of a certain star-shaped fort that that's only one of its kind on this whole island, and it's Hakodate Fort. A place that Hijikata is intimately familiar with, for him was his hair there he made his last stand with a Shinsengumi.
Yeah. He knows it intimately, which is how they're going to use it, but is the last line and stuff. But I like the idea that it's like the Ainu would have known about this because they'd have access to this, and they had like a direct route that they could take. It's like, okay, this all like lines up, and it's confirmed by your man's last words that he got off Boruto the pirate.
It's like, Shiraishi, yeah, he said.
Yeah, Shiraishi knew it was like the Russian off this port. Yeah. So it's and it's like that they figure it out basically the two groups figured out at exactly the same time, and they're two groups now because Hijikata asks Sophia to join up with him, and she's like, "Hey, men, who wants to get fucked up?" And they're all like, "Yeah."
Oh, it's more than that though. Because what she does, she goes, "Well, this is Wilk's plan.
This is technically his plan,
and this is Kuragi's plan.
It's doing the same steps.
We can do both." Which, of course, their pride as stupid men did not allow them to figure out that you could do both.
Well, these men are the follow Sophia wherever she goes.
Yeah. Like Hokkaido will become their fallback position as the Russian revolutionaries. Yeah.
Yes, there's basically we'll form the multicultural Hokkaido that Hijikata wants, and we'll use that to form the base to take back Eastern Russia. Yes, but obviously that you realize at that point it's like, oh yeah, if Wilk and Kuragi had just thought about things and not been so stubborn.
You have different versions of the same fucking plan, essentially. You're not really working at odds, yeah.
That is the great tragedy of many of our times, actually, is that no matter when you get down far enough to the floor right here, is that everybody wants a better way of life for their kids, for their family, for their friends. Everybody wants that. It's just somewhere up here along the way is that like how much you're willing to do and how many people are willing to sell out to achieve that. That's where if that means, but it's like the tragedies that we're all out here at the same level, that we all want what's best for our family and our friends and and everyone we know. That's where we're all at. It's just along the way we get like perverted from that path.
And that's Tsurumi's like convinced all his guys. It's like, oh, you all want this thing as well. They're all like, yeah, we do. It's like, no, he wants it in a very specific way. They technically want the same thing, but Tsurumi doesn't want it the same reason. He's convinced his men that he does. Yeah.
Yeah, and we get Hijikata's like, we've got to trust the Sophia for now. If they try to steal the gold,
if they turn on us after, that's fine. We need them for this fucking fight. We need a train full of drunk Russians. Because I heard just on the train, them all shooting the guns off on the top of the train and pouring like vodka on her face.
Yes, but I think the important thing is
stereotypical. They are fucked up, basically.
Is you get a surfer saying, "I think we could trust Sophia," and then you get the scenes explaining, "Yes, they can trust Sophia." But then we also see that on this train is also Ogata catching a nap. And it's
he's also everyone's coming to the same thing. Ogata's hunter/prey is sleeping on a horse, like in a train.
Yes,
like, in the back.
Hops on. Yeah, because he's hopped on the other train. Surumi has given him the opportunity to get on another train heading in that direction because Surumi is stopping trains and searching them.
Yeah, because the thing with Hijikata, he was saying is like, okay, we got this much time to do thing, and it's like, and Sugimoto's like, not if he takes the train, he'd be here in 12 hours or something like that, and it's like, but there's no train coming at this time. It's like, not if he commandeers the train like he did a fire engine.
In the back of this though, Shiraishi is running around in a panic while they're
trying
to
like, find some place to dig.
They're running through the whole thing logically and rationally and calmly. Yeah. And saying, "Mr. God, dig over here, Bob! Mr. God, kill people!"
And it's like it's literally we have a fight coming, so we need to like entrench ourselves because it's like even if we dig up the gold now, how are we going to get it out of here before they get here? They're even working out like the logistics of okay, if a horse can carry this amount on a cart, like how much gold realistically could we get? Like we're going to have to fight, and
there
then
could be cart loads out. Yeah.
And then the final bit is Hijikata saying, because they've run through all of the advantages they've got, and then his final advantage is, yeah, I fought here before. I know this place. You've got me. That's That's the final advantage we've got.
And they've also narrowed down the places where the gold probably is buried. There's like these or where the prior existing buildings were. It's probably under the floorboards of one of those. So yeah. It's just more concerned was like, let's entrench ourselves first. That's more important right now.
We've already sent some dudes to the call up locally. We've shanked them good, but there'll be more where they came from. You gotta get ready.
Yep. On to the final arc.
All your favorites die.
Yay!
Well, to be fair, a lot of them have died already.
This is based in history, so.
They live on and out of our hearts.
And as alternate versions in Dog's Red, if you want to look at it that way as well.
Yeah, okay.
I'm fine with that, man. If you're
reincarnation.
That's been going on since like Tezuka of using the same designs because they're really fun. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen, episode 56, Tokyo Colony #1, part 3, in which it is all a duel between it's a duel between Yuji and Higu. What's his name?
Higuruma.
That's it.
Yeah.
As
you're on trial for entering a pachinko pub before the age of 18, boy.
I did like he's I just got to take him out before he gets his instant hit fucking thing, and he's like, I've activated my domain. There's no violence in my domain. I can't enact any violence in the domain. We're in court. Here's how it is. I have to explain these rules to you. And you might kind of going like, okay, so it. And this is the thing that Tengen explained to him is like, this is the old-fashioned way of it. Where it used to be instant hit, not instant hit plus instant kill, like that. Like. It was more concerned with like I need to lock you into these rules so I can do it.
The fucking all like a good concern is like every like collectible card game player with like the one turn kill, and that made it more complicated and more complex and like resource heavy than it needed to be, and it perverted the course of the game.
Yeah, whereas this is more interesting because he's like, I already have you locked into a space where technically it's a court case, and the options to when I like it's like Judge Man's gonna accuse you of a crime. You can either answer it admit guilt to it. You can lie. It's like, and he's like, well, I can lie in a court case. It's like, if you couldn't lie, there wouldn't be court cases. All right, so that doesn't make sense. Or you can just go, I choose to remain silent. And I've got this bit of evidence from Judge Man that I already know the contents of.
No, he doesn't know the contents until after the guy has said the thing.
No, I think it says later on that it's like he automatically knows before he even opens it.
No,
as soon as he's handed it.
No, he learned it as soon as he said that he was. In the second case, I think it explains it.
Oh,
better.
Yeah.
That he knew it as soon as, because the second one is for the killings, and the narrator explains as soon as he pled guilty, then
the contents are revealed.
Higuruma, it was revealed to him. Even I think that's how it worked. Because then that's what throws Higuruma off in the fight. Is because he's like he
explains all this to him. And he's like, the fact that he has to explain his curse technique means this is why he gets to, like, you can't do violence within this curse technique kind of thing. It's just like, I present this evidence which may or may not prove that you did the crime, and then you get a chance to respond to that evidence, and then Judge Man judges you guilty or not guilty. And then we'll fucking see what happens. So he entered a pachinko parlor when he was under 18, and he's like, should I just say I had to take a shit? Like will that be good enough?
This is where the hunter of it all comes in.
Yes.
It's just like, it's not necessarily a special power that can be resolved or applied to violence. Bonds may enter into that some part, but this isn't the whole thing. It's just like, there's complicated rules. It's as complicated as the entire Japanese legal system. So you got to, like, factor, have you ever, like, ran a red light? Have you ever, like, done that? Because he's going to bring it up about this, because he didn't get you for entering the particular pattern. It's for going into a pawn shop and being caught on camera. We also were a minor, should not be.
So when he says, like, if I just admit I did the crime, right? Like, that's a fairly minor thing, right? And it's just like, the fact that they had footage of him going to the place where you put in the tokens, they did not have footage of him entering the pachinko parlor, which means if he stayed silent or said, no, I fucking didn't, him going into a place where you get the tokens doesn't prove that he went into the pachinko parlor, the crime he's being admitted to, which means he would have got off. But he didn't fucking say that, so now he's guilty, and we're taking away your cursed energy. Like he explains, like, normally it would take away your curse technique, which fucks up most sorcerers immediately, because they're like, fuck, the one thing I rely on doing. But since he doesn't have a curse technique, it just takes away all his curse energy. But he's still hench as fuck.
He's summoning hammers. He's summoning infinite hammers, just like figure the wall and with that. And
when he gets the sword later, I always thought the sword was a downgrade from the hammer. I fucking love that little hammer that could grow long, or when you throw it, he can make it instantly come back in his hand.
Yeah, like
to the point where he's throwing it like a gun at one point. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great. Oh, the great chair action. Guys, usually it's always like kind of chair or chair was involved in it. It's like some good fucking good Hong Kong action stuff. Flip over the chair and use the fun chair, chuck, to
sliding between the legs with it. It's a really good action sequence, to the point where you have the voiceover explaining how curse technique works and all this jazz, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna need to play this again so I can read this very detailed fucking shit and also watch this crazy fucking action that's happening in front of me, because the action is really nice.
Does the lurid red dwarf is doing it for me?
I think so. It makes the action really readable, and the choppiness of it kind of works with that kind of very simplistic lighting.
Well, the Virtual Boy games come back out and so if they're trying to have a cross promo with that, it's how your life could look.
I'm really looking at it here now, and the evidence thing is not clear. It does not make sense. It's bad writing.
I think it's that, like, the first stage of the trial is, like, you're accused of this crime. Do you plead guilty? You're going to lie that you're not guilty, or are you just going to remain silent? Because then I get this evidence, and then I get to present this evidence. So as soon as Yuji says guilty, he automatically knows the evidence. Like that. I think that's the idea. It moves past the second stage where he presents the evidence.
I think that's
to
right. Yeah.
The sentencing.
Because the evidence doesn't even appear in the second case, because he admits guilty straight away, and then the narrator has to explain how the character is going to have to behave next by explaining this additional bit of rule that wasn't explained earlier. Like you said, it's Hunter world is where we're entering.
Yeah, we're very much so stuck in that.
We're all pulling from the same, fucking power structure, let's say, but it can be planned in like multiple different ways. It's not even, it goes beyond Stan's or Jordan, but it does feel like their own separate thing to this. It feels like,
similar, but different,
no, it's a whole like, fucking penal code attached to every curse technique you fucking have around here, and it only kind of layers upon that were like, well, my rule, like, in contravention of this article in Popularity, and it's just like everything feels like I can have like a rules legal battle every kind of time. So the challenge with this now, because when they layer stuff on, is how they able to convey it in animation and a TV show in entertaining manner. It can be done, but it's a big task, it's a big ass to do with it.
I think the voiceover is a little clunkier than it having a little text box in a comic, which is a little quicker. But I
don't think it was any less clunky in the comic, to be honest.
It's hard to know,
but that may also be down to the Viz translation.
That's the thing,
I think this translation is better than the Viz translation. That is for sure.
Definitely.
And I think the emotional...
I like the fight in the theater, and he's hiding initially around the place until he figures out, it's like, wait, I by Japanese law I can demand a retrial twice. And your man's like, okay, you figured it out, which is when they go into the second trial of the murder charge, which is a much bigger one.
I think the emotional through line with Hiraguma is because while Yuji is here and part of the story, it is our lawyer / judge's story in this episode.
But it relates back to Yuji's trauma over being part of all these fucking murders on October 31st. Like, it's the kind of thing he, like, when he's like, I charge you of murder October 31st, and well, I forgot what year it was, and he's like, yeah, I'm guilty. And instantly it skips to that bit where he knows, like, it says towards the end of the fight more so, where it's like, I know that you were under control of a demon that's fucking trapped within you, so that's like, you're not complicit in your actions. You didn't say demon enter my body and kill a bunch of people or anything. It's like, so that's not on you. Why are you taking it on you? But he's gotten the sword of the executioner or something like that, I think it's called. Which
it is. But the important bit is the flashback with his mentor, who's trying to encourage him to become a judge, and at this point he's become so jaded. His mentor's pointed like, you so empathic. So you should become a judge.
He's always fighting on one side, so he's never get to see the balance of it.
Yes,
you never get to be the impartial thing deciding, is like, is this what's the right thing to do here? Which is like the position that he has found himself with his powers now.
But he'd come to view everybody as, was it say, weak and ugly? Something along those lines.
Humans are these weak and ugly creatures, but there was something about that within them that was worth protecting, that kind of thing. Because when Yuji admits to these murders that he knows from the evidence that got downloaded into his brain, you're not guilty of it. Why the fuck are you admitting to this crime? It's like, because you feel guilt about it. You are a flawed person.
Well,
and it's
you said up front that like in this court you can lie, including perhaps to yourself about what you feel and what you think about yourself. So that enters into the judgment ultimately.
Yeah, so he ends his attack on Yuji, and then he goes, "Yeah, you can have my 100 points, but let's grab a chair and have a chat." And he's basically
like, even the thing of Yuji like doing the cool thing of like, I'm gonna kick up a bunch of fucking chairs in the auditorium, and I'm gonna throw my jacket out and cover over your eyes and do all this cool stuff. You're just like, yeah, we're done fighting now. Put your shirt on, kid. Let's have a fucking conversation.
Because he's like, he's basically saying, did you ever kill anybody on your own volition? He goes, yes. He goes, that sucks, doesn't it?
Because it's in contrast to him at the start of the episode, or sorry, I think it was the end of the last episode, where it's like, hey, you know when you kill a guy who takes you off, feels fucking great, doesn't it? Like, it's like, there's that initial rush of, yeah, I fucking got that guy who pissed me off. Now I feel like shit. Yes, now it feels bad.
Because the only remaining points he's got are the judge and the lawyer
and the attorney that he killed when his powers manifested.
And he's like,
when this ends, I'm going to turn myself in for murder. Double homicide.
In fairness to Yuji, like, the judge wasn't able to warp people's flesh beyond recognition and into like components of agony. Like, but in my those cases, like, I'd hope to be another way out, but that dude was just bad news for the world, and he had to go. And sometimes it's just like, you got to put aside as like fun saying this is just like, yeah, it's there's something kind of wrong about this that has to be kind of dealt with. I don't know what I want to do. I kind of understand, like, what would drive someone to do it.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm glad it's dead, and I hope they burn in hell from fucking Samuel L. Jackson in what's it? Time to Kill.
Yeah. I like the way it was. The conversation between them was great. Like it's pretty much his character arc, but it's also Yuji's like guilt that's being put on trial, literally, like here. So it works really well as a two character piece. And even him kind of going like, so yeah, they do add the rule of players can transfer points between each other. Where he immediately gives Yuji the points, which means that we won't lose our technique for what was it, like 17 days or something. I've forgotten the timer on that.
It's it's like a stupid number of days for fun. It's not 2 weeks. It's not a month. It's just like this awkward number of days that like you're not going to tidily remember. Is that fun saying, "Damn you, Kenjaku."
Maybe it's not tidily remembered, so it encourages you to kill more people. It's like, fuck, is it Tuesday or is it Wednesday? I can't fucking remember. I better kill someone today.
It's diabolical rules. He thought it out to the last letter.
Yeah. Or yeah. I'm not sure Kenjaku has, but we'll get to that down the line.
Yeah.
I think there's an obvious reason why it's so complicated. Yeah, I'm enjoying these so far. These are pretty good little episodes. I guess we'll check in on whatever your weirdo's name is.
The comedian.
Yeah,
I think it seems to be in the trailer, but also the guy covered in tickets, the receipts.
Oh yes.
Oh, Shaku?
Receipt
Shaku?
man.
I can't remember his name.
Reggie.
Reggie.
I see. Yeah.
Oh, no, sing it out loud. Like no,
Register.
Rashito, Reggie. Yeah. No, okay. No, I get it.
Then finally we got Ganglion, episode 21, The Return of Colonel Shadow.
Came back.
Somehow Colonel Shadow returns.
Well, he didn't eat the company, I suppose. He was always around.
But he's returned as Colonel Shadow is the worst thing for the men. What was it like? I think it opens with your man going like, "Hey, how come you have a taxi receipt? Like the buses were still running at that stage. That this is bullshit." And it's like, and the guy runs in, guys, Colonel Shadow's back. He's back on the thing, and he comes back with his box full of stuff, puts it back on his desk in his Colonel Shadow costume. Was like, "Well, cunts, looks like you fucked up last time. You abandoned the thing too early there."
He abandoned it.
Yeah,
he abandoned it before them, but
he took half the lunches with him. Like, come on.
Our guy called it off too early. They didn't even fucking get punched in the face by Hope Man or anything. It was just like, all right, like a bit of a fuck up there, boys.
But we learned that's not the real reason. The real reason is because the organization has said he's a really popular among the kids. The Hope Man trading cards. He's one of the most popular trading cards of the villains, so he needs to be back. So you start off like being mad at him, then you like go, oh, it's not his fault at all.
It's not even like it's not his fault. Like it's just general popular consensus. Like even the weird cat squid headed guy is like, that's just the way it fucking goes, man. It's like you're going to be still like the number one guy, his top guy. So you're going to be my guy on the ground here. And the first thing Colonel Shadow does is attack a golf course that really fucks with his score.
Yes.
Like, you son of a bitch, Colonel Shadow.
And then you learn he's being beaten up by his son at home. And you're
it's kind of like, dude, is your face bruised? It's like, yeah, he's getting bullied at school, but then he takes it out on me at home. Isn't that fucked up? Like, and it's like, well, I guess Colonel Shadow's life isn't that great. Yeah,
that's the real villainy in this world.
And then this chat's happening over the end credits and the music playing, and then the music just stops, halts, and the pair of them look under this bandstand, and they're like, "Who's that?" And there's
who's that guy? Yeah.
And there's a goon there who's got a ponytail poking out through the back of his mask, and we're like,
"Oh, a different."
Cool rebel version.
A named character. This is like when like the black suits in like Mr. Tonagawa get like, just like this like little adjustment to his character design, so you can pick out who he is in the group.
Yeah.
it's an interesting episode.
Is it going to keep running then? Because if
that's kind of what I was feeling.
Bringing somebody else in at this stage,
I was
then
like,
is it going to run and run now?
Is this a 52 episode thing? That's what I started thinking very much. That was exactly my thought when he showed up. I was like, very odd. I mean, I'm all for it. And that would mean that director has 3 series running next season if it is the case.
I presume this is all very much so wrapped up because of how short it is.
Yeah.
Because like 3 minutes, if you win 52 episodes, that's like 1 season, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's everything I watched. Did I watch anything else? Did I? No, I don't think so.
Not anything new or old.
No, well, I feel like I watched something old, but I can't remember what it was now. Cannot remember what it was.
I set time aside on Sunday because I was reminded of it. It's like, it wasn't even this year. It was I think when even that day was like the 40th anniversary of that Fist of the North Star film. The one that from your Instagram one saying, you know what, I have like archive quality copies of this on hand. I haven't looked at it in a while. I'm just going to like turn the lights down, put it on the big screen, and give it a go. And my God, it's like, yeah, this still got the stuff. All these years later, and as I've been noticing, like, a little bit. I think I already like known about, like, if you look at the background, it's about Vampire Hunter D and Arya. I was like, oh yeah, but then, like, when it popped up, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. It was nice to come back to it a while later. And my God, it looked fucking lovely. I loved how cosmic it gets. Actually, it really emphasizes like this paranormal kind of nature of it. Beyond kind of key blasts and auras, it's just like all this like psychedelic imagery that I love when it happens. It sometimes in the TV series, particularly in Fist of the North Star too, but it really is 2 to 4 in that one. So yeah, it's just got the stuff all these years later. But yeah, that we may have to use that for a draw and rely later this year because for one thing, that's enough an excuse to look at that like live action one, which was like, that was in like 1995, I think. So that's like, close enough.
That's about right.
Yeah. Right, so that's it for this week on Let's Go. We'll be back next time with more of the same. Ta-ra.
Bye.
See ya. Good night, good luck.